I'm going to try to recreate the ending of Stranger Things Season 5. The exact scene is going to be the levitation of Will being pulled over to Vecna, and we're only going to be using AI to recreate this, and we're going to see how far we can go and how realistic we can make this scene look with just by using one tool. So step number one in building something like this is creating a master image. Basically the foundation from what we are going to then work off of to actually create consistency upon the entire video and all these other cool things, right? So a master image is very, very important. And if you are storyboarding, basically you're gonna pull most of the ingredients of the entire video is coming from that one piece of imagery. So it's very important that you spend a lot of your time on this one image. And so the issue I was running into was, number one, I couldn't pull from many sources. So I had to just go and use images from the internet. Now, obviously, if you download those images, they are terrible quality. So I had to actually upscale this image, and I did it with 4K in mind, 16:9, which was actually very good. The quality's there, it looks good. So the initial thumbnail that you saw actually is not what you think you saw. It's actually AI. It's improved. Even if you look here, it does look slightly different. It's not exactly like the scene. It's slightly different, but I mean, a lot of this, it looks spot on. And the actually videos that we create, I'll be showing you here how we did it, actually look not too bad. There's some spots that actually look really, really good for what it's worth, right? So again, we have our master image, which is awesome. I think I picked this one, and then what I ended up doing was expanding the scene. So one thing I love about Higgsfield is, and I mean a lot of the tools have them, is you can either edit the prompt or you can instruct it. Now, I just go into instruct it, and I just wanted to expand the scene. Now, you can obviously tell this stuff out here, the expanded part is not from Stranger Things. And I tried to do my best to prompt this. Now, again, I pulled it from photo, so the master image, really, I only need to upscale and worked on some other things. I'll show you the prompt here in a sec because it becomes very important. Once I have this image, we're good to go. I can then come into video. Now, when it comes to these models, as I can show you here, we did a lot. This image here, too, is actually the scene from Stranger Things. I got that from the internet as well, and that's why it's terrible quality. Once I had that master image, I started working with our models. And as you can see over here, the model I had the best luck with was Halo 2.3. I believe it just came out. It did a decent job in what I was wanting. To be quite honest, OpenAI, Sora 2 and Google VO, I got a lot of restricted content. So when it comes to the prompting, sometimes they don't like the verbiage you are using, so you have to be careful. You could probably even ask an LLM. I personally have not done that just yet, but you can probably ask an LLM, hey, I am getting like content restriction on these type of platforms. Improve the prompt so that does not happen. So this was kind of the first one. I'll play it for you. Right, so with that being the first one, it didn't give me much hope, but I'll show you what, again, it just refine, you gotta refine it. So this one here, now this model we did use was WAN 2.5 because I got restricted, and this one here, as you can see, it does give me sound.
You're not taking me.
You were mine the moment you feel here.
So that doesn't make much sense either. There's this one. Now, I do like this, as you recall in the scene, there's this panning in, right? So he's obviously levitating towards Vecna, and you have the camera starting to zoom in, to walk in. So that's what I wanted to create for the first scene. So the good thing I did like also about Halo is that I can use a starting frame and an ending frame. And so what I did was I went to the internet again, I clipped this image out because that's initially the starting of my sequence. I mean, look at the prompt. The prompting here is very, very specific. Very specific. And some, again, I think are only 2,000 characters on Higgsfield here. But it's very specific. So, visual taste, prestige, streaming, horror, realism. Very, very specific. And this is why a lot of people fail when it comes to stuff like this. Now, you'll see this is obviously not perfect. I think they had a budget of like hundreds of millions of dollars to produce this season 5. But AI is fantastic. AI is really, really good at producing net new videos. Like, it's really cool what you can do with them. And as you see here, sure, maybe the full 10 seconds doesn't work, but we can use a second, we can use 2 seconds. That's why I basically was producing mass videos, because I knew it's not about the whole, it's about just clipping out these specific parts, and then it creates the scene, which I'll show you. We did that in post. Some models allow you for the first and end frame. Some other models just allow you to upload it, and then the prompt can kind of guide that image. And that's what I did. So I took our master image. That's why we started having clear photos like this, right? So if you look, the thumbnail is this. So I took the master image and I referenced it here, and then I basically just prompted it. So for instance, if we look at this one here, now this was done by Halo as well. So one thing I love, I do think that is a very, very well, that's really well done by the AI. So a lot of this here, like this here, yes, you know, the hand doesn't make much sense. But this, I think, is really well done. That looks like a very good Vecna there. Okay, and we do use actually this image, but then here it goes a little crazy, right? So this AI stuff, again, you're looking for the 1 to 2 seconds, and that just didn't make much sense. But again, maybe I can use his face close up there. We do a transition. Interesting. And then we have this here again.
You're not taking me.
Right, we have like a British Will.
Taking me?
We have something going on there. Not too sure what that is. But again, that is what you get with AI. However, let's just look roughly at the prompts here. 8-second cinematic video with moody cuts and slow handheld camera motion. We obviously have, like, so now we're starting to really script out the seconds, which is fantastic. 0 to 2 seconds, medium shot profile of a sweaty, panicked teen boy in a plain long sleeve shirt. Slow push in with a gentle handheld sway. Portals, right? So we can see how it's very specific. That's why we're getting shots that are usable. This honestly looks like probably it's something out of a game, right? Like you could potentially see, you know, this looks like something out of gameplay, right? Like maybe like a 2017 game. Like Stranger Things video game is out. That's kind of what you're looking at here. And again, all very specific. And the good thing I like about Higgsfield is you can pretty much just rerun it here. But I spent a ton of credits producing all this because I storyboarded basically scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. So when you have what you want, you go into post-production, and this is what we have so far. Okay, that is it. Now, as you see, we didn't use every video. We used specific videos. So, for instance, I like to pan in here, and then this itself is a second video. I'll show you here. But as you can see, this is all, and then we have a second video here, pan in. Now, this Vecna here looks a bit off. He looks different from this. So I wanted to keep consistency as much as possible. And the way you do that, which I should have done it, I didn't, just given the time constraint. What you do is you go in Higgsfield or you go in these tools and you're always pulling from the image. So you have this linear build out of master image, and then scene by scene, you're basically just picking up the last spot and then carrying on. So you have this linear development rather than piecing this thing and then you realize there's no consistency. That's why a little bit here, we do lack consistency because we didn't do a linear approach. This comes in here, looks great, and then I had to zoom in to get rid of this because that Vecna did not look great. The hand looks fine. This looks really good too. And then we have the good Vecna come through. I think that looks really sharp. They did a great job on that. You know, and then we don't have any sound design. We don't have any audio. So you can have him talking, and then I was limited with what I had, and so what I wanted was, this doesn't really make much sense, but I just wanted to pull back out, I guess, given what I had, and then back on to Will, and then we have a transition out, and then it's over. All right, so with that being said, if you want to learn how to create cinematic ads that look hyper realistic, click this button here and you'll learn it within a matter of a few minutes.